we were talking about Jared Cook. He has
Mm-hmm.
been, the last couple of weeks, it seems like he's kind of been the ignition for this offense to get going, the difference. What do you make of Cook and his emergence over the last couple of weeks, and what does it mean to the Saints offense when he's producing like he has been?
Well, I think it's been huge. It's really stepped and really kind of helped this Saints offense evolve into what it has been. Last year at this point, everybody was talking about the Saints offense struggling, how they're going to continue to produce. They were such in a lull. And this year, you have the complete different opposite conversation. Everybody's talking about how explosive this offense is, and it's really because Jared Cook, he's really helped open up the middle of this offense. It's really helped allow Michael Thomas to still do what he's doing, and then now you have the big threat down the middle of the field, which Drew Brees loves to do. We all know that. He loves to step up in the pocket, have a clean pocket, and throw it to the tight end. He hasn't had a guy as good as this since Jimmy Graham. So you look at that, and really, Jared Cook has really stepped up. He showed up a lot in the red zone the last 3 weeks. I think the game is completely different against the 49ers as well if Jared Cook stays healthy.
Yeah. 2 early touchdowns for Cook before he was removed there for a concussion. Mike Thomas has 12 catches last week. He's now got the single-season catch record to go along with a host of other receiving records here in year 4, Rowe. You've guarded many wide receivers in that league, some of the best to ever play. What makes Mike Thomas so special and tough to guard?
I think just the way he works throughout the route. I mean, his hands are amazing. He catches everything that's thrown to him. Drew throws him a great ball, and Drew's looking for him all the time. And you just watch the way he competes, at the point of attack when he's running his routes. I think it was a great example just seeing him. Everybody knew he was going to get that ball in the slot last week against Tennessee on that third down. And you look up, and he runs an amazing route, loses the DB, catches the ball. It gives him a mean stiff arm and tries to score. He's just always open, man. It really is true. Like, can't nobody guard Mike. I don't get it.
Yeah, he's been unreal. And now he's an NFL record holder, as he should be. It's weird. Is it okay, Ro? Is it crazy to start to mention him as somebody who could maybe become the best receiver of all time? And the only reason I say that is because just like purely numerically, like purely statistically, he is that. Nobody has had the start to a career. I think so. We read it the other day. Jarvis Landry has the record for most catches in the first 5 years in the NFL. Mike Thomas has already beaten that record handily, and he's got 1 year less. So, like, what do you think? Is he heading down that path?
He is. He's on the street. Let's keep it that way. He's on the street.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to try and say and project all these other things. Jerry Rice played for like 18 years. He's the greatest receiver.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. I know the numbers are going to look better because the passing game has evolved so much. All offenses pass way more than what they did in the 80s, 90s. We all know that. But so you give him credit for that. But he also won't have Drew Brees his whole career either. So it's really hard you have to have both to go, continue to stay down this path. Let's just give credit. Let's stay right there in the lane we're in. Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the game for right now. He has earned that.
Yep.
He has worked his way to that because before the season, nobody would have said that. He was in the top 3, 4, 5. But now Michael Thomas is the best receiver in football. And I think that should be celebrated. Let's not undercredit him for that. Let's give him all the love for that because he's worked his way into everything he's in. He wasn't a first-round pick. He was a second-round pick. Yeah, he wasn't the number one guy in his own draft class. He is the best receiver in football right now, and it's because of the work that he puts in throughout the week and the way he goes about his business on Sundays.
Yeah, and it's crazy because he's doing this all after getting the big contract, which is, not normally what you see out of guys. Rowe, I want to ask you about something that the Saints are on the verge of doing right now, which is going 13-3, but maybe being a 3 seed. You were on that 2011 team that went 13-3 and ended up still having to play wild card weekend. What was that like as a player? Like, did you think about that? Did you care about that?
It was just so tough because Atlanta won 14 games. We didn't even win our division. So at least this team will win the division. Atlanta won 14 that year, and they won so many games by easy field goals. Not easy, but field goals and late runs, all these other things. For us that year, we didn't care because we were so good. I think we won 8 or 9 straight games at one point in time. We were rolling. So we didn't really care about the bye because we kind of played off as like, well, it'll cool us off, so we don't need to bye. We'll just keep rolling, which we did. We beat the brakes off of Detroit early. And then we lost to San Francisco in that wild, crazy shootout out there in the West Coast. And I just, I don't fear San Francisco like that this year. I don't understand why. I just think like this team can beat the 49ers on the road. Green Bay in Lambeau scares me way more, and I just don't understand why. I think it's because of the cold weather. It scares me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to tell you, you know better than anybody, Ro. Like, what's it like? Because that is something that is really foreign, I think, to the college football experience. You generally stay in your regional era, right? Like, what's it like playing the majority of your games in a dome and then going to have to play
Buffalo.
in 0 degrees and snow?
It's something we can't compare. You can't prepare for it. And Sean's going to say, all right, we're going outside all week, right?
Okay, great. It's 80
and
here.
It's like 50, it's like 58. You know what I mean? So, and you still got to go up there in like negative weather and have to deal with the elements. You can't recreate that until you're out there. And Drew's arm, and with this offense and everybody else, do I wear sleeves? Do I be tough? You have to mentally be prepared for those things as a player. And you can't recreate that until you're actually playing the game. And it's harder to tackle in cold weather. Every hit, is your arm broken? Your bones are a little bit numb. T-Bob, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Everything hurts just a little bit more when it's cold.
Hey, Ro, is the hitting, is that the single worst part, do you think, about the cold weather games?
To me, is hitting, because you're a little bit more hollow when you make tackles. You gotta, I don't know what it is, you gotta really bring your arms and your legs. And I know we don't tackle the same way in the NFL. A lot of guys don't use our arms as much as we need to in wrapping up. So you really have to focus on those little things. The footing will be another thing. The footing's always never great when you got to change your cleats from 6-stud cleats, which you normally play in, to more of a 7-stud cleat as a defensive back. It's just a little bit different, so your cleats are differently. And mentally, with a guy from Alabama, I hate the cold weather.
Yes.
I'm cold.
Amen.
I am cold. Do I have to wear 2 or 3 sleeves? Do I put the Vaseline on? Am I going to be tough and kind of wear half sleeves? It's a real process that I don't think guys, they underestimate it until you get into it. And now you're in the second quarter like, man, I'm kind of cold. Man.
Roman Harper here joining us every Thursday, brought to you by the Hemp Doctor and El Rio Grande Mexican Restaurant. How different will Carolina look on opening day than what they look like this Sunday?
For Carolina's sake, hopefully a lot different. I mean, they got to be better. This team is not a great team. They're not playing with a lot of confidence defensively. They're giving up gashing runs left and right. They haven't stopped the run game in the last month and a half. And now that's really kind of opened up the floodgates for the passing game. Offensively, they're very limited right now because of the lack of the quarterback play. The offensive line has not played well at all this year. And, DJ Moore getting hurt. I don't know if he'll play this coming up week, but all those things right there are the things that they're lacking. The positives are guy Christian McCaffrey. I think they will bring back Cameron Newton next year. They have no other choice. You're not going to draft a first-round quarterback and think he's going to be the answer. You have a guy in Cam Newton who's going to be there. I think we talked about that earlier this year, guys. I thought that Cam would not be here, but no, he will definitely be here. This season is just continually just crumbled right in front of us, and I think the Saints have something to prove this week. They're going to go out here hungry, ready to put this Carolina team to sleep early and get ready to roll on through the playoffs.
How effective can Marshawn Lynch be in the NFL right now, in your opinion?
I think he'll be good for like a couple 12-yard runs. I mean, you don't just come off the street and just come in here and think I'm going to just be beast mode out here. That's not it. I think we need to lower our expectations. I think they bring him in because he knows Seattle's offense. He knows that team. It's another shot in the arm of like some liveliness and some good media. He'll be great in the locker room as always, and he'll continue to be Marshawn. But I think people have to lower their expectations. He's not going to be the 2010 run over the whole Saints defense, Marshawn Lynch.
That's what I had to ask about. What are your memories of the beast mode run?
That I had the edge. And he kind of ran inside. And I was like, okay, somebody's got it.
It ain't on me.
And then I turned around.
Jalen Ramsey joining us soon off the bench.
Start missed him. Then somebody else missed him. I'm like, I might need to start running a little bit. I'm running. And then, next he throws Tracy. Jabari missed. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Like, what's going on? And then I was running real hard now, and now he's got like 3 blockers. And then next you know, he was like, touchdown. And I'm like, I think we just lost the game.
Wow. Did you see the celebration at the time when he jumped in the air and turned around? Like, did you see it?
Not really. Diving at him, and he did it. It was, I mean, the YouTube version of that is so good. The YouTube, that's when I learned the internet is undefeated. I appreciate it. And then, but I was there. I can actually say I was there when Beast Mode was created.
Absolutely.
That, when it happened. The
Straight
Skittles
up.
were throwing, people were throwing Skittles everywhere. Like the Beast Quake, people talk about how loud, it was like a seismic sound, how loud it got in that stadium. And I can actually say I was there for that. It's the little things like that when I'm done playing, I can look back and be like, you know what, man, I was there for that.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was kind of crazy.
What was it? Greg Williams? Was he the
Yes.
What did he say that day?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, what was his reaction?
I was playing one of my worst games early in the game, and then I kind of snapped out of it, started making some plays. We were just kind of sleepwalking because we had just beat this Seattle team really bad earlier in the year, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is not a great team. We were up early, so Jabari Greer gets the interception. We think we're about to just steamroll. Then next, some things kind of happen. We're in a real game, but we thought we still had it.
Yeah.
We were that team that, coming off the Super Bowl lull, we had the hangover a little bit, but we thought we'd still win the game.
And then
the way up until that play, until the beast mode happened, and now you look up, you like,
huh?
And I have no words.
Oh, you got beat?
No words to explain. Yeah. We got beat to a 7-9 team that we beat by like 20-something early in the year. It's very hard to explain. It sickened me. I'm glad I got my contract after that season, though, so I could just run it back. And I didn't go out as that was my last Saints game.
Well, and there you go. If the 7-9 Hawks get it done, then who knows? Maybe the 3-11 Lions can beat the Packers on Sunday. Probably not.
No.
So you're probably going to have to go on the road at some point in the playoffs if you are the Saints. I just want your reaction to this stat. The Saints right now are 13-2 in their last 15 road games, with one of those losses being the game in L.A. where Breeze got hurt.
It's amazing. I'm not shocked. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't scare me for this team to go on the road.
Yeah.
They've won in Seattle with Teddy Bridgewater. They've won some other scary, close games. This team is built for this. Yeah. And this is the question that they have to ask. And I would say this to all the Saints players, all right? If not who? If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? This is the team to do it. It has to happen. Drew's getting older. This team is still you're going to lose a lot of guys because of contracts. This team will not be the same. You guys have been through adversity the last 2 or 3 years. You've gotten there. You just haven't done enough to get all the way over the top. This is the team that has to do it. And you have to go. This is it. And I'm not surprised. I'm rooting for these guys. And that is what I would ask them. So if not us, then who? And if not now, then when?
Your former quarterback Jalen Hurts or LSU this Saturday?
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Let's be honest, guys. LSU's the better team.
Yep.
They're probably one of the most complete overall team in this playoffs. And Oklahoma can win this game if they have to be opportunistic defensively, because we all know they're not going to stop LSU. But if they can force a couple turnovers, all right, that is how they're going to have a chance, give themselves a chance. And then at the end of the day, this guy Jalen Hurts is inflappable, and he has some kind of clutch gene for college football.
Yes,
like
I know. I hate it.
38-3 as a starter, Ro. He's 38-3 as a starter.
That game against Clemson that he lost in the championship game, he shouldn't have lost it.
Yeah. No, he made the plays. He made the plays.
He took him right back down there. So that is what I'm saying. So him alone gives Oklahoma a chance.
Yeah,
with an opportunistic defense. That is the only way I see LSU even having any problems, is the opportunistic defense and the Jalen Hurts gene, because he can do it. And Joe Burrow, LSU getting too much hype. I think it's been a great break, though, from all the awards and everything that you guys won.
Yeah.
So I think they won't come in sleepwalking. I like what Eddie O's bringing to this team. He kind of fits. Everything just fits for LSU right now. I'm looking forward to LSU moving on. But, I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to hate. I'm with LSU.
But the button backed off.
Merry Christmas, Ro. To you and the fam. We'll talk to you next week.